some of the differences between the public sectors and the private sector. So that really answer some of this. See, public sectors, you have a lot of hierarchy. In the sense, for example, I was an engineer or senior engineer, then I had a deputy manager and manager, senior manager, deputy general manager. So probably for me to even see the general manager itself was a big thing. Okay, there was a lot of hierarchy which has to give. But in a private sector, that is not the case. Even a general manager or a director can directly call someone who is down below and then discuss and then take some decisions, which never happens in public sector.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders, where we uncover the stories, insights, and experiences of industry pioneers shaping the future. I'm Tanayol, and today we have a leader who has spent over 3 decades navigating the ever evolving world of infrastructure, power, and engineering, a space where precision meets strategy and vision meets execution. Mr. Suresh Varma isn't just someone who has worked in the industry, he's shaped it. From leading large scale government projects to driving strategic growth in multinational firms, he has seen it all. But beyond numbers and contracts, what truly sets him apart is his ability to turn challenges into opportunities and build teams that drive impact. Today, we dive into his journey, his lessons, his leadership philosophy, and where he sees the future of infrastructure and governance heading. Mr. Varma, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, and we're really excited to have you with us today.
Thanks a lot, Tanay. It's a great opportunity for me to be part of this FaceTime with leaders. I'm really looking forward for this interview.
Vice versa, sir. Sir, they say that a successful career isn't built on experience, it's built on moments, decisions, and challenges that shape who we become as leaders. You've spent over 3 decades in the infrastructure and engineering space, leading major projects and navigating industries that are constantly evolving. But before we dive into the big milestones, let's take back you to the beginning. What first drew you to this field, and when you look back, was there a particular moment that made you realize, yes, this is where I belong?
Right. Okay, Tanay, I'll just go through my entire career journey very shortly. I'm an engineer, an electrical and electronics engineer from the Government College of Engineering, Trivandrum. And I joined as an engineer trainee with Bharat Heavy Electricals, which is one of the leading engineering companies in India. And once after I was joining, we were taken through their big manufacturing facilities in Trichy, Haridwar, Bhopal, Hyderabad, and all. And I could see the big manufacturing of turbines, generators, pressure vessels all taking place. And that gave a lot of insights. It's actually, our mind got really blown up. I could say that so much of engineering goes behind to make this power which is being produced. The power which is one of the basic ingredients of development. We all need power. And then that was a real insight for me. And I was proud that I was part of BHL, which was contributing almost 70% of power which was getting generated. I think you should remember that India was very short of power at that particular point, in the 80s and 90s. Rural India had hardly 3 or 4 hours of power every day. So I was like, and we also had a lot of big leaders in our organization, and we really felt that we are contributing a lot to the development of our nation. So that was where we felt that we should do a lot of things. And I was part of the power projects division. I was part of a lot of the power projects, especially in the southern India, and I could travel the entire India. So that's where probably I think I took a decision that I should be part of this growth of India. So I was there in BHL for almost 14 years. Then I got an opportunity to start a power business with a multinational company, a French company called SGS. And I thought, why not I take the learnings from BHL and then start it? Of course, there was a lot of challenges and cultural shift when I went there, but then that was good learning which I had. And then from the conventional power like thermal and hydro, I changed over to the renewable energy sector. wind energy just started booming, and I could be part of a lot of wind energy projects in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Gujarat. So that was another big experience which I had. And then I shifted to another big giant called Alstom, where again I handled the startup product division. So I was the sales head for almost 2 or 3 years. And then what happened was that one of my good friends who was heading a German multinational consultancy, he told, why don't you come down? Why are you only looking at power as a field? The entire infrastructure is there. Now you have got an experience. Why don't you look at that? So that again inspired me, and then I joined this present company called TUV SUD. So I have shifted from again power to uh, other infrastructure projects like water, urban infrastructure, rail, roads, and that was quite an experience for me. So I think this in India, the infrastructure development is still taking place at a huge amount of infrastructure which we need to be developed, and I would really be. I'm proud to be part of that, and I really look forward to contribute as much as possible to this industry.
Your journey does seem quite expansive one across multiple
Sure,
sectors. So,
sure.
managing large scale government projects isn't just about infrastructure, it's about the impact. So, with projects like the Jal Jeevan Mission and urban and rural water supply, you worked on initiatives that directly improve communities. So, but government funded projects come with their own complexities, regulations, stakeholder coordination, and the on ground challenges. So, what has your experience been like navigating these? Any key lessons that have shaped the way you approach high stake initiatives?
Yes, yes, definitely. I think there are challenges, no doubt. Initially in my career, if you see the government projects, all projects used to invariably get delayed. There will be a 3 year project and it goes for 4 years, 5 years. So there'll be a lot of problems. The contracting, the construction agencies will not have enough resources. Funding was a problem, and there was not much of accountability. It used to drag on for years together. But government projects have evolved out the years. What I've found is that now there's a lot of change. Now, even the government projects, a lot of monitoring takes place. The funding agencies really monitor that the funds are being utilized properly or not. And of course, the challenges are still there. Uh, the entire approval process takes a lot of time. There is, but then it's public money, so we
Yeah.
cannot blame them for that. And so that is one of the challenge which we have. Uh, but the government uh, projects or authorities have also started embracing the digital revolution. They also started using digital applications. There are e-files. Earlier, you used to have these hard copy files, which used to be moved. It used to take from one table to another. To go, it will take. Now they are being monitored. Now there are e-files. Then there are government portals where information is being fed. A lot of changes are there, and a lot of challenges. We have been part of this whole transformation, and you see, presently we are part of this Jal Jeevan Mission projects all over India, and these are basically rural water supply projects. So the 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 challenges are basically getting resources to work there, logistics in those particular areas. There are a lot of challenges, but now we could sort of strategize how exactly to what sort of operations team is required, what sort of logistics support is required, what sort of planning is required, what costs it will all incur. So there is a lot of understanding on how to execute these projects, and I really feel that we are much more. I am at least much more equipped to handle such large scale projects.
True. With the experience of handling them, you do get better at the various problems that come across. So, working across multinational firms and PSUs means operating in two very different worlds. One driven by global business strategies, the other shaped by government policies and public accountability. You've successfully navigated both, leading large scale projects and driving business growth in highly complex environments. So, looking back, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about balancing the ability of the private sector with the structured process of the public sector, and how has that shaped your approach to leadership?
Let me just try to give you some of the differences between the public sectors and the private sector. So that really answer some of this. See, public sectors, you have a lot of hierarchy. In the sense, for example, I was an engineer or senior engineer, then I had a deputy manager and manager, senior manager, deputy general manager. So probably for me to even see the general manager itself was a big thing. Okay, there was a lot of hierarchy which has to be. But in a private sector, that is not the case. Even a general manager or a director can directly call someone who is down below and then discuss and then take some decisions, which never happens in public sector. So that was one of the big differences. Second is probably in public sectors, it's more of a top-driven approach. You have these government policies in place, and then after that, you have this goals being given to the public sectors, and then it's driven down. So there is not much that people below can do, but just to execute what is being given and then do that. But in private sector, it's both. You also have a bottom-up approach in the sense you can have some ideas. You can come out with that. You can present it to the top management. They may probably take a decision and go ahead. So that is a big difference. And of course, there are some advantages with the public sectors. Everything is quite well structured. You have got manuals for everything. You
Yeah.
have got a personal manual. You have got a quality manual. You have got the operations manual. So everything is available there. So once I shifted to a private sector, that was one of my biggest challenges. I was not really knowing how exactly to understand what is what. Something has been done. There's a particular culture which need to understand. But then I could use these kind of learnings and then say we need this here. It really helps anyone who newly joins. Otherwise, you have to really take them, handhold them for some time how it is being done here. So, another big shift was that at that particular point of time, any costing approvals or any approvals on emails was like a big shock to me. Like, here in public sector, all was used to have these hard copies being sent and all those. But that made the whole system much more efficient. But I could make use of the good practices there. And then in private sector also, what we introduced was that we made a big risk review mechanism because there were some bad incidences where we took some very bad contracts. So, what sort of funding, where it comes from, what sort of client it's there, what are the risks involved, and what should be the costing for that, what are the liabilities. So that was another learning which I could. So I would say that I could take the good things from both the public sectors and the private sectors, and then improve my leadership skills in the whole process.
But very intriguing to know the nitty gritties of the differences of working styles between both the
Right.
sectors.
Right.
So, with initiatives like Make in India and smart cities, we are witnessing a massive transformation in the country's infrastructure landscape. While the government lays the foundation, the private sector plays a crucial role in turning these ideas into reality. So, from your experience, what are the most effective ways private companies can contribute to large scale infrastructure growth, and what challenges must they overcome to truly make an impact?
Right. You see now in this particular budget, you can see that government has an capital outlay of almost 11 lakh crores of funds for infrastructure development, and this is being used for transportation segment like rail, roads, tourism, urban infrastructure, irrigation projects. So not many, and then this is just not possible without private sector involvement. So I feel that all these big multinationals who are there, it is a big opportunity for them to use their global experience to build capacities in India, to train the resources, and also to use their project management skills and really stuff. So the government can be more of a facilitator, and the projects can be executed by the private sector. You can also have a healthy competition, so you get a very competitive rate. So private sector, of course, there are definitely challenges. You still feel that sometimes the government changes, policies can change, funding issues can be there. These are the things which private sector will always be very keen because they don't want to invest and then get into some sort of trouble. But I think that is for the past 10 or 15 years, you can see that that's not happening. And funds are always there. And then this government is really pushing hard on the infrastructure. So I definitely feel there is a lot of potential for infrastructure growth. The private sector will have to do a lot, and it is for them also. It's an opportunity to grow in India.
It's a
Yes,
beautiful case where if both work hand in hand, India can truly be somewhere else in the next 10, 15 years.
absolutely. It's a win-win situation, I can say,
Yeah.
with government and private sector handholding.
So, looking back at your impressive career in infrastructure, power, and engineering, it's clear that you've already achieved so much. So, as you look ahead, what are your aspirations for the future? Like, do you see yourself taking on more leadership roles, perhaps stepping into boardrooms and influencing strategic decisions at the highest levels? What kind of impact do you hope to make in the years to come?
Yes, of course, that's what I would be looking forward for. I would like to utilize uh, my experience of handling so many different segments of infrastructure and then supporting companies which are in this particular space. And I would really be looking forward for basically two things which I think that we should need focus on. And one is that all these firms which are there should focus and also align their operations to ensure that you provide solutions for sustainability. Basically, you should ensure that you don't increase waste, you don't pollute your surroundings. You also ensure that you reduce the energy consumption and also use like green building solutions and things like that. So sustainability is the buzzword everywhere, and we also need to ensure that we don't further put pressure on mother earth for that. So that is one area of focus which I would have, and I would really be looking forward because my present company is also doing a lot. For example, in the water segment, there is something called non-revenue water, where they say that almost 40% of water which is being produced is wasted. It's gone leaking. It's you are not able to utilize it. So if you just even reduce 10% to 15%, so much of water. It's a water scarce nation. So this is one area which I would be focusing on, whichever be the infrastructure segment. Number two is adopting the digital technologies. Now we have got this artificial intelligence coming up, digital applications are there. You get information on real-time basis, and it makes the entire system much more efficient. And so I would really be looking forward for focusing on these two aspects and supporting all the firms in whichever infrastructure. I'm really looking forward for new segments which are coming up because I think I have navigated enough segments so I can really support any type of infrastructure segments in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure, sir. And sustainable, like you said, sustainability is the way forward. And
Absolutely.
I think infrastructure projects are now looking at that as one of their main concerns going ahead.
Right.
So, when it comes to large scale infrastructure and government funded projects, the impact goes far beyond the immediate deliverables. It's about long term sustainability and accountability. From
Sure.
your experience, how have robust governance frameworks played a pivotal role in the success of high profile projects you've led? And how do you think governance contributes to maintaining trust with stakeholders throughout the process?
Definitely. I think a strong governance mechanism is extremely important while executing large scale projects because you have, for example, the finance, you have the HR, you have got the compliance committee, you have the corporate quality. All these important segments will have to work in unison to ensure that the deliverables are done as per the requirements. We are within the budget. We ensure that all the compliances are being met. So we ensure that there are weekly and monthly project reviews which take place, and there are internal audits which are being done to ensure we check whether how much of NCRs or non-compliance reports are there. Have they been closed or not? Are there any corrective actions to be done? Have there been any feedback from the customer or from any other stakeholders? Have the deliverables been done as per the process? Are the reports given in time? So all these review mechanisms where all these other departments and corporate governance is being applied, which ensures that all the stakeholders they are able to sort of trust. It improves their confidence and trust in this whole process. So I think it's a very, very important factor And the more large the projects become, the stronger should be the corporate governance mechanism.
Yeah, because they thereby affect more people in decision making the larger the project,
Absolutely.
right?
Sure. It also helps the entire community, not just the project, but then the entire community is benefited by that.
So, with your extensive experience in managing large scale infrastructure and governance projects, joining Directors Institute must have been a valuable step in your leadership journey. So, we would love to know what motivated you to become a part of the Institute, and how do you think the knowledge and resources there are available enhanced your approach to governance and leadership in the boardroom?
Of course, I think probably that was one of my best decisions, I can say. I was under the assumptions that I have been in this industry for quite long time, and then I do understand a lot of things. But when I joined Directors Institute, I think there was a lot more to learn. I think the kind of insights which I received and the repository of knowledge which they have, the networking which they are having, I think was amazing. Now, if I can go through a business uh, report, or even something like a business magazine or a newspaper, I look at it differently, because this is because of the experience which I have from Directors Institute. And Directors Institute has definitely made me a much more stronger person as far as leadership is concerned. I'm much more confident that I can be able to navigate this boardroom's responsibilities much better, and I can also contribute to the future leadership requirements much better. So I should really thank Directors Institute for that, and really looking forward to continue my association with Directors Institute.
Lovely to hear that, sir. It's been an absolutely insightful conversation. From leading large scale infrastructure projects to embracing continuous learning through Directors Institute, your journey has been nothing short of inspiring. Your expertise in governance, strategic leadership, and your vision for the future of infrastructure provides such valuable lessons for all of us. We're excited, sir, to see what further steps you continue to take and how you thrive in this industry. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay connected for more inspiring insights from the leaders of today's world. Until next time, keep striving for excellence and have fun in your journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.